Hi there, this is David, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch. Last time, we made it down to Dartu, which is kind of like the sister city of Dice, but everybody down here is really downtrodden. I mean, they live in a poison swamp, for God's sakes. So it's our job to cheer them up by finding this Katara player over here. Apparently, music will cheer everybody up. What he's doing inside the river is beyond me. Is he, like, taking a leak or something? I mean, what's going on over here? Yeah, who are you? Well, maybe we can help him out. Yeah, what's going on? Oh, you were attacked by a monster! Oh, okay, so you are the Katara player. Huh. Yeah, well, probably there aren't that many Katara players around, Yurio. I mean, come on now. Yeah, everybody in Dartu wants to hear you play, so we gotta find it. Okay, so let's help him out. I mean, it's in the river somewhere. Well, in we go. So in order to find it, what you have to do is you have to talk to him and then just kind of poke around by the bridge, go up a little bit. Don't leave the screen or anything, and then it will appear down here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be okay, but we could try it. Okay. Oh, well, if you say so, I don't really know if that's the way that it works, though. The way that I understand these stringed instruments to work would be that, you know, the strings create the music, and then the music is like, it goes inside the chamber of the guitar or the Katara or whatever it happens to be, and it vibrates around inside that chamber. Now, if the chamber is wet and waterlogged and the wood is warped, then the music would also be kind of off and warped as well. But this is JRPG logic, and apparently all they need to do is dry it by a fire, and it's perfectly fine. So, anyway, let's head on in here and let everybody know that the Katara player's here. Yeah, everyone wants to hear you play. I've gotta say, I'm not a fan of his hair. There really aren't that many men in JRPGs who have green hair, but it really isn't the green hair that bothers me, it's more the hairstyle. It looks like he has like a tuft of grass on his head. I don't know, it's just weird to me. That rhyme sucked, and it wasn't funny, it was pretty horrible. I didn't really want to bring it up, but it was pretty terrible. Yeah, here he is. Okay. So can we play the song and get everybody, you know, back up and going along and ready to pull themselves up by the bootstraps? Oh, hey. Your legs? Oh, really? So you're telling me that your paralyzation or arthritis or whatever it happens to be that's wrong with your legs will be perfectly fine after you hear him play his song? Like, that's all it takes? After just a song? Seriously, lady? Seriously? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, well, here they all come. Awesome. Okay. So, can you play your song now? Oh, you're gonna give a speech. Okay. Yeah, what's your speech? Okay, so yeah, they're ashamed of themselves when they compare themselves to Dice, but apparently just listening to us play his music will make everything better. They'll all pull themselves up by their bootstraps, they won't be napping anymore, and everybody agrees with it. That's all it takes, this 5-second speech, and everything's gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah, because that's so realistic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it kind of was your fault. I mean, no one else is gonna fix it. You have to fix it up yourself. No one else is gonna change anything. I mean, you have to do it yourself. Come on now. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Let's listen in for this power. And only if the song's successful will he be reborn and will he work hard. Only if the song is successful. Okay, makes sense. Yikes! What happened? Did the string break? Oh, no. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, these villagers don't have much, and this was like their one time to, you know, get some joy in their life, and the strings broke. And because the song wasn't successful, they're not going to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. They're not going to fix up their village. They're going to be perfectly fine living in this shithole dump for the rest of their lives just because the song didn't go right. Yeah. And now he's depressed too. Come on now. You had one job. You have one job to go around and play your musical instrument, to play your guitar, and you don't have any extra string? I mean, I would think that these strings would break all the time. But apparently you left it at Grandma Croa's house, so where is she? Let's ask them and find out. Oh, okay, so she doesn't live inside the village, she lives outside the village. How convenient. Yeah, this is just lovely. You know, God forbid she actually live inside the village. That would just be way too easy. So in order to get over to Grandma Croa's house, you have to head on out of here, into the poison swamp, and head over this bridge, and then head directly to the right, avoiding all these monsters as much as humanly possible, because Lord knows I don't want to fight them. We've already seen these guys in that forced battle anyway. So, let's see, go over this bridge, and then there's one more, whoa! Bridge that we have to cross, up here, and then we'll make it up to Grandma Croa's house. First things first, let's talk to this guy out here, fishing Pappy. I'm assuming that's her husband? Maybe it's her son or her grandson. I don't know, it doesn't look like an old man. Yeah, we know that. He told us that. Oh, okay, so Pappy has him. But he said that he didn't. Let's go try again. Oh, great. I mean, I guess I kind of understand it because, you know, this place is such a dump and nothing can grow here at all. And these two guys, they need to eat, so, you know, they have to have something to fish with. And, you know, whenever you're stuck in adverse poverty and there's nothing else that you can do, you know, you have to make the best of what you have. And if that's the only string that you have, then, you know, you need to use that in order to fish, in order to survive, which is much more important than some random guitar player coming around. But, yeah. So we found the one string, and off we go. Well, hey, here you go. Okay. Seriously, you're still not gonna do it? String the damn guitar and play your frickin' song. Oh my god. Like, is this really what he's gonna go on about? About how, if he fails, then, you know, he's like, the whole world is gonna come crashing down around him? I have to agree with Lodi here. I mean, okay, here you have his hometown, his village in Negar Island got attacked by Galga. And those people, they rebuilt. Even though there was nothing that they did that was their fault, they still rebuilt their village. That was an external thing that happened to them, and they pulled themselves up by the bootstraps. They rebuilt their village. This village is only a shit dump because these villagers are too damn lazy to get up and rebuild their own frickin' town. So this is an internal struggle that they're having, and they still just can't get over themselves. They can't, you know, just overcome that mental block, that mental barrier that they have. And, you know, they're just so woe is me. Like, get over it. Come on now. Anyway, here he goes playing a song. Oh, well, that was pretty cool, gotta say. It reminded me a little bit of, like, the dancers in Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, let's do it! But, of course, we're not gonna start today. Let's start tomorrow! Because, you know, why do anything today? Her legs are healed. Your legs are healed. That's all it took was him to play a song and your legs are healed. Not a doctor, not a physical therapist, you know, nothing like that. Just a song. Like, seriously, lady? Okay. Yeah, well, you didn't sing anything, you played your song. Why would they not want you to come? You're like the savior of the village. And you're like, oh, well, you know, even if you don't want me to come, I'm gonna come anyway. Like, they would welcome you with open arms. Like, why do you gotta put him down like that? And yeah, I'm so glad that Lodi talked some sense into him, because, yeah, he really needed it. I mean, he was as down and out as the rest of the villagers. Well, see ya. Did they really have to, like, cut that? Let's do what each of us can do. Like, what is with the translation here? I don't know. I shouldn't complain about the translation that much. I mean, at least we got the game. And, you know, getting a game like this on the PSP back in, like, what, 2006, I think, when it came out, was a pretty big undertaking. And it really was, like, you know, the first Legend... Well, it wasn't the first, but it was one of the first Legend of Heroes games. You know, it was like a 15-year break between this one and the next one. But anyway, what I need to do now is get on out of here, and we need to head over to Grandma Crowa's house again to get some extra history added to our log. So let's head over here and talk to her, see what she has to say. Oh, Rule, do you know Grandma Crowa? Yeah, we did hear about that. We heard that there was somebody who met with her, but it was 20 years ago. Yeah, I guess, you know, for somebody who's 60, 70, 80 years old, 20 years ago doesn't seem like that long ago. I've got to say, 20 years ago from today was only 1996, and that to me feels like yesterday. It might not feel like yesterday to you, but it doesn't feel like it was 20 years ago. It maybe feels like it was 10 years ago to me? I don't know. But anyway, so she was a nice girl, but she was a witch. Oh, like, what sorts of things did she know that normal people don't know? Yeah. Oh, the future. I could understand why that would be kind of troublesome. You know, if you know the future and you know what's going to happen, you could help people, you could tell people what's going to happen, but it's up to them to accept it as truth. And if they think that you're a liar, or they don't want to hear it, or something like that, and, you know, they reject your vision of the future, that could be really upsetting to you, because, you know, you could say, you know what's going to happen, you know that something horrible is going to happen, but you can't do anything about it because you're not in a place or a position of power to do anything about it. So I can understand why it would be difficult for the Moonlight Witch to have this power. But one thing I've got to say is, why did she, like, say it in riddles? Why did she say the future in parables? Why did she give it in prophecy? Why didn't she just say, hey, this is gonna happen, you know, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then fix it? So that, you know, 20 years down the line, or whatever it would be, they were able to, you know, fix the problem. But, it isn't the way it is, you know. People who tell the future have their own way of doing things. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of what I was just talking about, Grandma Crowa. Yeah, people hear what they want to hear. If they hear something bad, you know, they don't want to hear it, and they'll just reject it right out of hand. And, you know, they're not going to want to hear it. Yeah, that's true. She was young. She was only 18 years old. That's a really difficult burden to bear for someone who's, you know, only 18 years old. Yeah, so what'd she tell you? Oh, the poison swamp. Well, what about it? How in the world are financial differences going to create a poison swamp? That makes no sense at all. Really? It was made by the sinking attitude of the people of Dartu? So if you have a bad attitude, it creates a swamp? Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, next time, and let's play Legend of Heroes Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch, we're going to move on to Bolt. This has been David, and Have a good day.